welcome back to my Flock and Squawk. I'm Sydney. If you're new here, thanks for joining us. And I am doing Julymas, which basically means that I'm making videos in July that kind of have a little tinge of Christmas to them. I'm not going full out Christmas because I don't want us to have to pull it all fully out, but I'm just kind of helping bring the Christmas spirit and vibes, and that means helping others, doing things that help you out for success when the gift giving time does come, and just general things. And today I'm making a recipe that I've made here on this channel, and I've made it so many times in my life. It is banana bread. If you want this particular recipe, I do have an old video. I don't recommend watching it, so we're just going to zoom through mixing this up, and then when it is in the oven, we can have a nice little chat about Julymas and my plans and my hopes for you all joining me. So let's just get this mixed up. So already in my bowl, I have my bananas. Now we're just adding in the butter, softened, not anything crazy, just on the counter. Then I have my cup of sugar. Getting a little messy over here. We are going to give it a quick blitz. You can mash by hand. This just makes it a little faster. So we got a little bit of gloop at the moment, so we're gonna add some water, 1/3 of a cup. And then I like to add in my vanilla with the wet, so that's what we're doing. And this recipe I normally do with 2 eggs, but I don't currently have eggs at the moment. I do have an excess of banana in here, so that's going to help just take that place. Banana is a good substitute for eggs when you're cooking. Occasionally, it depends on the recipe, but in banana bread, fantastic. So I'm just gonna give this another little quick thing, and then we'll do our dry, which is very simple. Time for our flour, baking soda, and baking powder. I already have my things measured out, just like the liquids, so we're just gonna dump these in. Some get a little more dumped than others, apparently. I'm going to kind of hand mix in the flour, and then while I do this, I should add the salt now so it gets incorporated as well. I'm doing a couple pinches of salt. We aren't using salted butter currently, but normally I make this with salted butter, so I don't use as many pinches of salt. I did 3 big pinches just to make up for there not being salt in the butter. So get this started. It's very goopy and clumpy, but that is perfectly fine with banana bread. Oops. So here's what we're working with. It's a very thick yet loose batter, and I am going to be making muffins this time so I can throw some in the freezer, and it just makes it easy to have little muffins around the house. And then we'll get to throw this in the oven. My oven I have preheating at 350. When it's a loaf, it normally takes about an hour, but when it's muffin form, it takes closer to 20 or 30 minutes, which is also a benefit of making muffins. So I'm just going to get this in the muffin tin, and then we can chat. With the banana bread in the oven, let's talk about Julymas. So I am posting every other week, at least I have been for the last couple months, and that has really helped take a burden off with planning the wedding and being on honeymoon. So I'm no longer planning a wedding. My honeymoon is over, and I am back home and able to make videos a little bit easier again. But I still don't feel quite ready to commit to every week, which seems kind of silly with posting more in July, but it's kind of a way to help test the waters and get back into more video making, feel like I've refreshed my skills and am better at making videos again. Because I feel like stepping back, it really became even less of a priority, which my videos have never been spectacular, but I want to keep improving, and when I have looked back on my old videos, I definitely see that improvement. So this is kind of a way to help that, because I do want to do Vlogmas once again at Christmas time. This is kind of a way to help me prepare for the upcoming season, because I have my husband's birthday, my father-in-law's birthday, my mom and my mother-in-law's birthday, and then Christmas, which also means my birthday. So I have a lot of birthdays that happen on the later half of the year. We're halfway to Christmas, and then it's also a way for me to work on my goals for the year. We're 6 months in, let's reflect on that, which all of these kind of things will be incorporated in videos. And then with banana bread, it's not a treat that I normally make at Christmas time. However, banana bread is something that you can make basically any time of year. It's fairly affordable. Bananas are, at least where I am, like the cheapest fruit that I could possibly get. So it's fairly affordable. You don't need eggs, and it's easy to gift. It's easy to make a double batch or even a single batch and do muffins like I am, and be able to gift or have in your freezer. And it's an easy recipe for people who are just starting out. That's probably part of the reason why it was so popular during the pandemic. It's easy, it's delicious, and it's just a nice thing to make. One gift idea that you can do to bring it back to Christmas is that you could put together some recipes that you love, either find a cookbook that you really like, or put together home recipes and make a cookbook and use that as a gift. So that would be part of the gift, and then you could have like the banana bread or one of the recipes bundled together. If there's someone in your life who wants to learn how to cook, that's a great idea, or someone that already cooks, but it's a nice collection. It's nice to have everyone's recipes in one spot. So that's kind of how I'm pulling this back to Christmas. It is something that I love, Christmas and banana bread. So it's kind of bringing that back. There are a lot of treats that I only make at Christmas, so I might make some of them. I did talk about peanut brittle in my fruitcake video, so I will probably make some other treats, but we are going to prep some treats in a different video. We're going to prep some cookie doughs. So I hope you'll stay tuned, check in for these Julymas videos. I'm trying to keep them shorter vlog style. So with all of that being said, let's go and try one of those banana breads when it is ready out of the oven. Man, banana bread is always so good. It always slaps. I'll probably have to have a second. But thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you enjoy this video series, whatever it is, and that you flock and squawk again with me sometime. Bye!